And welcome to another Living Life Ministry video. Today we're going to be talking about appreciating people. It's a very simple concept, but it's something that doesn't happen enough. Now, for most people, a day of appreciation that most people receive or they give is a birthday. Now, this past week was my birthday, and you know what? I got a lot of appreciation from my family and friends. Um, Between gifts and dinners and just hanging out and chatting and having a toast and a drink, we had a lot of good time. We had a lot of good laughs and stuff like that, and I really felt loved and appreciated by my friends. And it's interesting because on one of those events that we were out at a pub having a toast to my birthday, and while I was there, thought I'd talk to some other people that were there and see what they were doing there and just kind of chat with them. And I started talking to these uh, two gentlemen, and we had a great conversation. We talked about politics, art, um, religion, a bunch of stuff, philosophy, and at the end of the night, after I had gone back to my friends and rejoined my social group. When at the end of the night, when we were leaving, I passed by these two gentlemen. I was just going to say goodbye and thanks for the conversation. And one of the gentlemen stood up and gave me a hug and said, "Never change," which was just a kind of a weird thing to hear from someone. But I really felt like, stunned for a moment because I was just like, wow, that man was really, really open about his emotions and how much he appreciated the conversation we had. And you don't get that a lot. You don't get people, who you've casually met saying, "You know what, I appreciate you. You gave something to me that, affected me in a positive way." And between the birthday, the celebration, and that comment that the young gentleman gave me, it got me thinking that I really should do a video about appreciating people. Now, a video or so ago, I was talking about the two greatest commandments in the Bible. And I talked about the first commandment, which is love God above all things with your mind, your heart, and your soul. And the second commandment, which is love your neighbor as you love yourself. And I think in loving yourself, you appreciate yourself to a certain degree. But you don't really have to tell yourself that. Well, some people may have to, but you don't. In most cases, you don't have to like verbally say it out loud. But with other people, from people outside of yourself, you have to tell them. And a lot of people don't. Even people in families and in friends, you don't often say, "I appreciate you because you give me all of this. You actually impact my life in a positive way." We don't say that to many people. And just like anything else positive, like love, faith, and kindness, or any kind of positive emotion or trait or characteristic you can think of, when you act on it and you share it, it's really like a domino effect. If you start telling people, depending whether it be your family member, friend, or just someone you met, like I had that experience at the pub. If you say to someone that you just met, "You know what, that was a wonderful conversation. I'm really glad I ran into you." Just that little comment can be the domino effect that could change that person's day, which could change many people's days, which could spread. A good action can be like wildfire. And if the more you kind of share that, it's just like the currency of faith and love. The more you spend it's the more you get back too. So if you tell someone, "I really appreciated you because you gave me this," they're going to be more comfortable with saying, "You know what, you give me this in return." And the better you feel about yourself, and the more content you are with who you are, and being content with how other people are too, the happier you can be, the more active you can be, and the better and more good you can do for the world. So I really want you to take the effort, whether it be a birthday or the time between a birthday, to tell people how much they mean to you, whether it be an acquaintance or someone you know. You know, like I said, that really shocked me at the bar when the guy said, "Never change." Well, and I don't think I should never change. Change is a positive thing, but just that sheer appreciation really shook me. And I was so happy. And I know in the fact that after that night, I talked about it a couple times with a few close family members, and I was just like, wow, this just kind of blew me away. And I was a lot more positive with them than I would have been if that hadn't happened. So let's see what kind of change you can do. Tell people how much they mean to you. Remind them, because sometimes, you forget to do that. And we can go through life with the people we care about, and they may never know how much they mean to you. They really might not. And sometimes that can actually hurt people because they think, maybe they don't care about me. We go through this life. I do stuff for them, they do stuff for me, but it doesn't feel like we have a connection because sometimes people just don't know. People aren't psychic, they're not going to be able to read your mind. So sometimes you do need to tell them. So I want you to try to do that, whether it be your partner in life, your family, your friends, or someone you meet. Tell people how much you appreciate them, and I guarantee you will do good things. Well, take care, God bless, and we'll see you next time.